These are the 50 dumbest crimes that shouldn't have worked, but absolutely did. By the end of this video, you'll question everything you thought you knew about crime. Let's dive in. Before we start, quick ground rules. These crimes are 100% real. I've got the receipts. We're ranking them from "wait, that worked" to "there's no way that worked." And stick around because number 1 is so absurd, it'll make you rethink physics itself. Oh, and the crime at number 23, it involves a fake army. Just stay with me. Let's go. We're kicking off with Winston George in London, 2008. This man walked into a bank, pointed a banana hidden in his jacket pocket, and demanded cash. The teller, genuinely believing it was a gun, handed over £1,000. Winston fled, ate the evidence, and was never caught. The police literally had nothing. No weapon, no fingerprints, just a traumatized teller and potassium-related regret. Fun fact, the bank updated its training manual to include fruit-based threats. I wish I was joking. Iran, 2013. A thief broke into several homes claiming he possessed an invisibility cloak from Libya that made him undetectable. Neighbors kept reporting items missing, but no one saw him. Here's the twist. He was just really good at breaking in during the day when people were at work. No cloak, just confidence and unemployed audacity. He was eventually caught trying to sell the cloak online. The buyer was an undercover cop who, spoiler alert, could see him perfectly fine. Anthony Kershaw, 2008, Washington State. This genius planned to rob an armored truck but knew he'd be identified. Solution? He posted a Craigslist ad hiring construction workers for a cleanup job near the robbery location. Same time, same place. Requirements: yellow vest, safety goggles, respirator mask. About a dozen men showed up. Anthony dressed identically, robbed the truck in broad daylight surrounded by decoys, and vanished into the crowd. Police arrested 6 innocent contractors before realizing they'd been punked. Criminal edition. He made $400,000 but was caught months later because he couldn't stop bragging at Barr's oldest mistake in the book. Thomas Langenbach, California, 2009 to 2011. Over 2 years, this man stole $200,000 worth of Lego sets from Target and Toys R Us stores. His method? He'd buy sets, carefully remove the contents, reseal the boxes with similar weight items inside, return them for refunds, then sell the real sets online. He processed over 2,000 returns before getting caught. The kicker? His garage looked like a Lego factory. Police thought they'd busted an illegal manufacturing operation until they realized it was just plastic bricks. 1970s, New York City. Someone installed completely fake parking meters on busy streets for over a year. Drivers would park, pay the meter, and leave. The scammer would return at night, unlock his meters, and pocket the cash. He made an estimated $100,000. He was never caught. The city only discovered the scam when they did an audit and found meters that didn't exist in their records. Somewhere, an elderly man is living off parking meter money, and honestly, respect. John Shepard, Tennessee, 2007. This man robbed a bank using a mop stick under his jacket. The teller gave him $43,000. He walked out, broke the mop into pieces, scattered them in different dumpsters, and drove away in a pre-planted getaway car registered to a fake identity. It took the FBI 3 years to catch him, and only because he tried the same trick again in Florida. His mistake? Using the same brand of mop. Crime tip: diversify your cleaning supplies. Okay, we're only at number 45 and already questioning reality. Drop a comment right now. What household item would you use to rob a bank? I'll wait. Also, things are about to get way weirder. Keep watching. Brazil, 2015. A thief spent months at tourist beaches with a metal detector. Tourists assumed he was searching for lost jewelry. He was, but he was the one who lost it. He'd pickpocket people, bury their items in the sand, then discover them later with his metal detector, keeping everything. Authorities only caught on when victims reported thefts and later saw their jewelry on his Found Items Facebook page where he was selling them back to tourists. 2005 JFK Airport. A baggage handler realized security never checks people leaving through the luggage belt exit. For 8 months, he'd clock out, hop on the carousel, ride it backward past security, and steal items from the baggage claim area. He took laptops, cameras, designer luggage, over $300,000 in goods. Caught when a passenger's AirTag tracked their stolen suitcase to his apartment technology, ruining stupid crimes since 2021. Los Angeles 2009. Con artist Carlos Soto convinced several wealthy investors to fund his movie production company. He rented equipment, hired actors for fake auditions, created elaborate scripts, even held a rap party. Total raised $5 million. No movie was ever filmed. He spent it on luxury cars and a mansion. The twist? He filmed everything, claiming it was behind-the-scenes content. When caught, prosecutors had to watch 60 hours of him scamming people, documented by himself. 2018 Australia. A subway manager discovered a glitch. If you bought a gift card with another gift card purchased using a stolen credit card, the system didn't flag it. He laundered $180,000 over 6 months, all through sandwich shop transactions. Police found his apartment filled with unused subway gift cards totaling $50,000. His lawyer argued he was just really passionate about sandwiches. The judge was not convinced. Russia, 2016. Hackers discovered older ATMs could be tricked using a simple text message. They'd send a coded SMS to the ATM's phone number, and it would dispense cash without debiting any account. They hit 100-plus ATMs across Eastern Europe, stealing $800,000. The money came from the bank's reserve funds, so technically, no customer lost money. The banks lost it? Robin Hood? Or just really good at texting? 2004 to 2012. Various U.S. libraries. A rare book dealer noticed libraries often had first editions and rare volumes just sitting on shelves. He'd check them out legally, replace them with book club editions or reprints, return the fakes, and sell the originals. He made $2 million over 8 years. Libraries only noticed when appraisers came for insurance evaluations. The fake books? Perfect condition. The real crime? Libraries not checking their own inventory. We're at 39, and I bet you're thinking, these can't get dumber, right? Oh, sweet summer child. The next 10 will make you question everything. Comment below which crime has been the dumbest so far. Let's see if we agree by the end. Melbourne 2010 thieves set up a fake construction site on a busy street, complete with cones, signs, and a rented excavator. Over 3 days, they worked during the day, redirecting traffic. At night, they dug up the street and removed copper wiring worth $100,000 from underground telecommunications cables. Pedestrians even complained to the city about the noise. The city apologized for the inconvenience. The construction site wasn't real. It took 2 weeks for anyone to realize. UK, 2009 to 2010. Burglars used Google Street View to plan home invasions. They'd zoom in to check for security cameras, dogs, expensive cars in driveways, and side entrances. They hit 50-plus homes before being caught. Their mistake? They left their search history open on a shared library computer. Police found a literal map of planned burglaries with Street View screenshots annotated in Microsoft Paint. California, 2015 to 2017. A group would shoplift items from Walmart, then return them with fake receipts for store credit. They'd use the credit to buy electronics, return those for cash at different locations. They made $1.2 million over 2 years. Walmart's AI finally caught the pattern. The same items kept getting returned to stores they were never purchased at. The defendants argued Walmart's security was so bad, they were technically helping by testing it. The judge? No. Texas, 2008 to 2011. A photographer was hired for 200-plus weddings. She'd show up, take photos, collect payment, $3,000 to $8,000 per wedding, then ghost. No photos ever delivered. She had no camera, just rented one for show. Her defense in court? I was capturing memories, emotionally. The photos are in their hearts. She got 5 years in prison, where I assume she's capturing memories of inmates emotionally. Quebec, 2011 to 2012. Thieves stole 3,000 tons of maple syrup from Canada's Global Strategic Maple Syrup Reserve. Yes, that exists. Value: $18 million. They replaced the barrels with water so nobody noticed for months. The syrup was sold to legitimate buyers in the US and shipped internationally. Most was never recovered. Somewhere, someone's eating $18 million pancakes. Anthony Gignac, 2017, Florida. This man impersonated a Saudi prince for 30 years. He wore traditional robes, hired drivers, stayed in luxury hotels, and defrauded investors out of $8 million. He even had a fake diplomatic license plate. His downfall? He tried to buy a Ferrari dealership. The owner ran a background check and discovered Prince Khalid was actually Anthony from Colombia, who'd been deported twice. Chicago 2006 scammers rented a storefront, advertised a going-out-of-business sale for an electronics store, collected $200,000 in pre-orders for TVs and laptops, then vanished overnight. The store never had any inventory. Customers showed up opening day to an empty building. The landlord said they'd paid 3 months' rent in cash and left security footage showed them loading decorations into a truck, then leaving. Just decorations, no products. Miami 2013. 2 men set up a fake valet service outside upscale restaurants. They wore vests, had tickets, took keys, and drove off with 30-plus cars over 2 months' total value, $3 million. They returned cars before owners finished dinner, so nobody noticed they'd been joyridden. Police only caught them because one thief crashed a Lamborghini and fled on foot, leaving his valet vest behind with his name tag still attached smooth. Paris, 2010. A thief posed as a mannequin in a luxury clothing store window. After closing, he climbed down, stole 500,000 euros in designer goods, changed into stolen clothes, and walked out when the store opened, blending in with customers. Security reviewed footage and saw him frozen in the window for 6 hours. One guard even adjusted his clothing during closing rounds. The guard quit the next day. All right, we've officially entered the "This Defies Logic" zone. We're hitting the top 29, and trust me, the next ones involve a fake army, a stolen bridge, and something so ridiculous I had to verify it 3 times. Drop your predictions in the comments. What do you think number 1 is? And if you're enjoying this, hit that subscribe button. You've made it this far. Commit to the chaos. Belgium 2013 inmates bribed a helicopter pilot to break them out of prison. The pilot landed in the yard, picked up the prisoners, and flew away. Cost: 30,000 euros. Success rate: 100%. They were never recaptured. Prison officials thought it was an approved transfer. The helicopter had proper markings, and the pilot wore a uniform. Turns out you can rent those things. Who knew? Jeremy Stanford, 2008, California. This man impersonated a high school student for months, attending classes, playing basketball, and socializing. He was 22. His goal? He missed high school and wanted to relive it. Teachers assumed he was a new transfer student. He almost made the honor roll, caught when his real mother reported him missing and police tracked him to the school. His excuse? I just wanted to learn. The judge gave him community service and therapy. Mexico, 2013. Thieves stole a truck containing radioactive medical equipment worth millions. They dumped the equipment when they realized it was radioactive, keeping the truck. 6 thieves ended up hospitalized with radiation poisoning. The truck sold for $500 at a junkyard. The equipment was recovered by a farmer who thought it was a weird heater. Everyone survived, but the thieves definitely lost that trade. UK, 2012. A man dressed as a priest collected donations for orphan children in Africa outside churches and supermarkets. Over 3 years, he raised £1.2 million. 0 orphans received funds. He had fake charity credentials, business cards, and even a website. His mistake? He used his real address for the charity's headquarters. Police raided his home and found donation boxes stacked to the ceiling. 2017 to 2019, global. Scammers sent mass emails claiming they had compromising webcam footage of recipients and demanded Bitcoin ransoms. They made $50,000 plus from people who panicked and paid. Plot twist: they had 0 footage of anyone. It was pure bluff. The emails were sent to millions. Even people without webcams paid. Fear is a powerful motivator, and apparently so is not understanding how cameras work. Moldova 2014 con artists created a fake military battalion, complete with uniforms, vehicles, and ranks. They set up security checkpoints, charged trucks tolls to pass through, and collected $400,000 over 6 months. The real military only discovered them when 2 battalions tried to use the same checkpoint. The fake soldiers fled, leaving behind vehicles and equipment, all rented from a costume shop and a military surplus store. NYC, 2008 to 2010. Two men posed as health inspectors visiting restaurants and demanding fines be paid in cash immediately to avoid closure. They collected $300,000 from 200-plus restaurants. Restaurant owners paid to avoid violations. The scam ended when one inspector visited a restaurant owned by an actual retired health inspector, who immediately recognized the badges as fake. They were homemade laminated printouts from Kinko's. Italy, 2010. Scammers created a fake airline, sold tickets online for flights that didn't exist, and operated a fake check-in desk at an airport. Over 100 people bought tickets before the scam was discovered on departure day. Passengers showed up, checked in, received boarding passes, and waited at a gate. After 3 hours, someone asked an airport employee when boarding would start. The employee, "What airline?" The airline didn't exist. The gate was for a janitor's closet. Los Angeles, 2005 to 2015. A group forged celebrity autographs and sold them online for $15 million. They studied authentic signatures, used period-correct pens, and aged paper with tea experts authenticated them. Caught when they misspelled Marilyn Monroe as Marilyn on 50-plus photos. One buyer noticed and reported them. Their entire operation collapsed because of one missing L. Czech Republic, 2012. Thieves dismantled and stole a 10-ton railroad bridge over 2 days. They posed as a demolition company, used heavy machinery, loaded the bridge onto trucks, and sold it for scrap metal. Profit, $5,800. Train operators reported the bridge missing police, initially thought it was a prank call. It wasn't. The bridge was gone, all 33 feet of it. The thieves argued they thought it was abandoned. The tracks beneath it were still in use. Rudy Kurniawan, 2000 to 2012, California. This man blended cheap wines, put them in old bottles with fake labels, and sold them as rare vintages. He made $150 million. Wine experts authenticated them. Billionaires bought them. Caught when a buyer served a bottle at a dinner party with the winemaker present. The winemaker, "I didn't make that." Analysis revealed it was from grapes that didn't exist in that region during that year. Oops. Boston, 2016 to 2017. Scammers waited outside bars, approached drunk people, claimed to be their Uber, drove them home, and charged $100 plus per ride. They made $200,000 over a year. Passengers never checked the license plate or driver photo, they just got in. The scammers had fake Uber stickers and dashcam mounts. Police caught them when a passenger's friend tracked the ride on the actual Uber app and realized the car was going the wrong direction. Romania, 2013 to 2015. A group installed card skimmers on ATMs across Europe, stealing data from 100,000 plus cards. They made $50 million. Their method was so advanced, banks didn't detect it for 2 years. They 3D printed skimmers that fit perfectly over card slots and looked identical to the real thing. Caught when a bank technician doing routine maintenance noticed an ATM weighed 2 ounces more than it should. 2 ounces. USA, 2010 to 2014 scammers called people claiming they'd won federal grants, $8,000 to $25,000, but needed to pay processing fees first. They collected $10 million. Victims paid fees. No grants existed. The operation was so convincing, even law enforcement officers fell for it. The scammers had fake government websites, employee IDs, and office numbers that redirected to call centers. Their mistake? Using the same bank account for everything. Anna Sorokin, Anna Delvey, 2013 to 2017, New York. She posed as a German heiress, scammed banks, hotels, and friends out of $275,000. She lived in luxury hotels, flew private jets, and wore designer clothes, all on credit she never paid. Her story was so convincing, Netflix made a series about her. She paid for nothing and lived like royalty for years. Caught when a luxury trip to Morocco went unpaid, and one friend decided to investigate. The friend got stuck with a $62,000 bill. Miami International Airport, 2012 to 2013. A TSA agent stole $800,000 from passengers' luggage over 2 years. He targeted international travelers carrying large amounts of cash. His method, during screenings, he'd ask passengers to step aside for additional checks, then skim cash from bags. Caught when a passenger reported $50,000 missing and security reviewed footage. The agent was pocketing cash in real time on camera. Centra Tech, 2017 to 2018. Founders created a fake cryptocurrency, claimed partnerships with Visa and MasterCard, lies, hired celebrities to promote it, including Floyd Mayweather, and raised $25 million from investors. The product didn't exist. The partnerships were fake, the celebrity endorsements were paid. The founders fled to Las Vegas and spent investor money on cars and nightclubs. Arrested when MasterCard publicly stated, "We've never heard of them." Vincenzo Peruggia, 1911, Paris. An Italian handyman stole the Mona Lisa from the Louvre by hiding in a closet overnight, removing the painting from its frame, hiding it under his coat, and walking out. It remained missing for 2 years. He tried to sell it to an Italian art dealer who notified police Peruggia's defense. He believed the painting belonged in Italy, so he was repatriating it. The judge gave him 1 year and he became a folk hero in Italy. Questionable priorities. 2015 to 2018 global. Scammers created fake Facebook pages impersonating brands like Amazon, Walmart, and Target. They posted contests promising gift cards, collected personal information from millions, and sold data to marketing companies. Profit: $15 million. Facebook banned thousands of fake pages, but new ones appeared daily. The scammers operated from call centers overseas. Victims never received gift cards. They did receive spam emails for life. India, 2010 to 2020. Call centers posed as Microsoft/Apple tech support, cold-called victims claiming their computers were infected, charged $300 to $500 to fix them by installing remote access software, then either stole data or did nothing. Revenue: $50 million plus. They targeted elderly victims who panicked. Some victims paid multiple times. The scam persists today. Microsoft has publicly stated they will never cold call customers. The calls continue anyway. Bernie Madoff, 1991 to 2008. The largest Ponzi scheme in history, $65 billion. For 17 years, he paid old investors with new investors' money while reporting fake returns. Thousands lost their life savings. His sons turned him in during the 2008 financial crisis when he couldn't pay out. His excuse? "I thought I could fix it eventually." He got 150 years in prison. His investment firm was located on Wall Street, employed hundreds, and passed audits for decades. The system failed spectacularly. Eric C. Kahn, 1990s to 2016, Kentucky. A lawyer bribed judges and doctors to approve fake disability claims, defrauding the government of $550 million. He drove a Rolls-Royce with Mr. Social Security on the license plate. He had a 19-foot statue of Abraham Lincoln outside his office for credibility. Fled to Honduras when caught, was arrested hiding in a Pizza Hut, and extradited. Currently serving 27 years. The statue was auctioned on eBay. Clark Rockefeller, real name Christian Gerhardt's Reiter, 1985 to 2008. This German immigrant convinced America he was a Rockefeller heir. He married a Harvard MBA, lived in luxury, joined exclusive clubs, and maintained the lie for 23 years. He had zero Rockefeller blood. His wife believed him until their divorce, when investigators discovered his entire identity was fabricated. He'd also murdered someone in the 1980s. His downfall? He kidnapped his own daughter during a custody dispute, and police finally investigated his background. The Rockefeller family released a statement. "We have literally never met this man." November 24, 1971. A man calling himself Dan Cooper hijacked a Boeing 727, demanded $200,000 and 4 parachutes, received them mid-flight, then jumped out of the plane over Washington State and vanished. He was never found. The FBI investigated for 45 years. Some money was found in 1980, but Cooper was never identified. He's either dead or living as the world's coolest retiree. This is the only unsolved case of air piracy in American history. Fun fact, copycat hijackings followed, so the FAA redesigned airplane doors. They're now called Cooper Vanes. He changed aviation forever. Thad Roberts, 2002, NASA. A NASA intern stole a 600-pound safe containing moon rocks and priceless lunar samples from the Johnson Space Center. He and his girlfriend tried to sell them to a Belgian rock collector for $2 million. The collector was an undercover FBI agent. Roberts spread the rocks on a hotel bed and consummated his relationship on them. He later said he wanted to be the first person to have sex on the moon. He got 8 years in federal prison. The moon rocks were recovered, cleaned, and returned to NASA. His girlfriend got probation and a lifetime of therapy. Remember number 34? Let's dive deeper. This wasn't just theft, it was economic warfare. Quebec produces 70% of the world's maple syrup. The strategic reserve exists because syrup is that valuable. The thieves siphoned syrup over months, replacing it with water. They sold it through legitimate distributors in the US. It reached grocery stores. You may have eaten stolen syrup. The heist involved truckers, warehouse workers, and organized crime. It was the Ocean's 11 of breakfast condiments. Ringleader Richard Vallières got 8 years and was ordered to pay $9.4 million. Most syrup is still missing. There's a Netflix documentary. It's wild. John Spano, 1990s to 2000s. This man convinced investors he was a billionaire, bought the New York Islanders hockey team for $165 million with zero money, operated the team for months, signed players, made trades, and attended games as owner, all before anyone checked if he actually had $165 million. He didn't. He had $10,000 in his bank account. He forged financial documents, created fake bank statements, and convinced everyone he was legitimate. The NHL approved the sale. Banks cleared the checks, they bounced later. Caught when a reporter investigated his net worth and found nothing. He was sentenced to prison and the NHL changed its ownership verification process. This man ran an NHL team with no money for months. Okay, this is it, number 1. The dumbest crime that actually worked. Before I reveal it, pause right now and comment your guess. I need to know what you think it is. Also, if you've watched this far and haven't subscribed, what are you even doing? Hit that button. You've invested 36 minutes of your life. Commit. All right, let's do this. 1970s to 1980s. Michael Oliver, an American businessman, decided to create his own country. Not a micronation. A real country. He chose the Minerva Reefs in the South Pacific, barely above water at low tide, and declared them the Republic of Minerva. He issued currency, designed a flag, wrote a constitution, created passports, and established a provisional government. Investors bought citizenship for $1,000 each. He raised millions. Here's the kicker. It worked. For several months, Minerva was recognized by no one officially, but functioned as a libertarian nation. They had no taxes, no welfare, complete freedom. It was a scammer's paradise. Tonga, the nearest country, got annoyed and sent troops to reclaim the reefs in 1972. Minerva had no military. Tonga won by default. The country lasted 6 months. Michael Oliver tried to rebuild it in the 1980s. Tonga stopped him again. Investors lost everything. Oliver moved to Nevada and lived quietly until his death in 2007. He created a country, sold citizenship, and vanished when the military showed up. That's not a crime, that's a geopolitical fever dream. The Republic of Minerva still has a government-in-exile website. It claims 2,000 citizens. Tonga still owns the reefs. The flag is still really cool looking. 50 crimes, 50 different levels of audacity, stupidity, and bizarre success, from banana robberies to literal stolen bridges, from fake countries to stolen moon rocks that became the world's worst romantic gesture. What did we learn? That confidence is everything, that people don't ask questions when you look official. That crime doesn't pay, except when it absolutely does, and those stories become legendary. Here's my question for you. Which crime shocked you most? Which one made you think, wait, that worked? Drop your answer in the comments right now. I'm reading every single one. And honestly, if you made it all the way to the end of this 40-minute journey through criminal absurdity, you deserve a medal, or at least a subscribe button click. So do it. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications. Because if you enjoyed this, I've got way more coming. Share this video with someone who needs to question reality today. Tag them, send it in your group chat. Let's spread the chaos. Until next time, remember, just because something worked doesn't mean it was a good idea. Stay curious, stay entertained, and maybe stay legal. I'll see you in the next one.